think these guys are just here. They're in the court, they're not visitors, I remember. Okay. So I think what we probably want to do is rally a raiding army and start raiding. What are the third and fourth stats? Let's see if I can remember this. Screening? No. Chase and then screen. Pursuit and screen. So pursuit is how good you are at hunting people down when they've broken. So light cavalry are very good at that. And then screening is how good you are at blocking people from killing you when you are running. So one thing which I remember about Huskarls, they actually have really good screening. Huskarl, yeah, 24. Which means that even if they break, Huskarls are really difficult to kill. Which you can see is actually a really rare stat. Vigmen have a bit of it, Light Horsemen have quite a bit. But Huskarls actually have a ridiculously high value for that, so they're very good at hit and run. And then the people who are good at pursuing is pretty much universally Light Horsemen. Very good at chasing people down. Not necessarily great at fighting, but once the battle is over they can really do some damage. And we have nobody that really does that. Varangian veterans maybe a bit, Bondi maybe a bit. Oh, I'd really like to get a unit of Huskarls. I do really rate them. Well, I'm not convinced that we can afford them just yet. So we are going to go to the flag. We are going to raise all here raiders. Wait until they rise up in full strength. And then we need to pick a place to attack. Now, is there a good way of checking this? I seem to remember the best way of doing this actually was checking the banners to see how many garrison units they have. Seeing as we only have 400 troops to attack with right now, we're going to have a bit of a hard time when it comes to raiding people. We're going to have a really hard time raiding people. Fun fact, the word Bondi is Bondi and Icelandic means farm and the word is still around. Well, Norse and Icelandic are very similar from what I understand. Except for the fact that we have really good champions. So we might be able to take armies which are bigger than us. Maybe. So we could try to go for Raval, for example, which has got 15 loot. I could have sworn there was a way of seeing how much loot someone had. I need to go and watch my own raiding tutorial again, clearly. 900, 1,000, 800. There's only a tiny bit of money there. Okay, I think we're going to go for Raval. There's at least 2 places here we can loot. Accept your marriage proposal. Excellent. So we are now married to Chiefess Glod of Gotland. Good stuff. And then let's go up to speed 4. Well, we're just waiting for loading and unloading. Now, here's one thing that we do need to consider, is it takes us a month to disembark. So we're going to get attacked by the 700 here, and we'll see how we do in this first battle. Now, who's in command? I'm in command. I'm an excellent bloody commander. It is not, however, winter. It is the middle of March. You're attacking with 400 levies, 100 light infantry, 200 archers, and then 4 knights. Versus us with... Wait, where are my knights? Thought I checked this. Yeah, they should be there. They are. So why are you not in the army? I'm not being crazy here, am I? Like, they're not here, even though they should be. What the hell? Alright, we're definitely going to lose then. What a terrible start. Yeah, obliterated because none of our knights are here. Well, you lot may as well go home then, because you've just lost me this battle. This war, this raid. You lot may as well return home and are immediately getting raided. Yeah, that was a terrible start. Wow. Gotland spared. Despite the settlement of Visby yielding to his armies, Chieftain Hrolfr has spared the inhabitants of Greater Gotland further pillaging. Instead, he seems intent on acquiring his plunder from me. And that loses me a bunch of prestige. Great. Prospective Shield Maiden. My lord! I come before you asking a chance to prove yourself. Says my spy master Rognhilde. I shift a little on my throne, intrigued, while the court around us strains to listen. Despite being the equal of any of your champions, I'm forbidden from taking a place in your shield wall commanding our troops. I would challenge Arngrimmr to a duel to show my mettle in combat. So Rognhilde does have really good prowess. And she has a 21% chance of fighting me. Asking alone is courage enough. Loses 15 opinion of you for 10 years from every courtier that doesn't think that women can fight. 43% chance of Rognhilde. Oh, they'll hate each other. 56% chance if she succeeds, then she becomes a shield maiden. No, we're going to make you one straight away. Because I clearly need better knights. Or I need knights that will actually freaking show up to combat. Okay, we didn't actually lose that many troops, so we should be able to restore this quickly enough. And in fact, I think what I'm going to have to do is just gamble. Oh no, I can't afford the prestige though. Wait, yes I can. Because it costs gold to hire new people. The prestige for these. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a unit of Bondi, because they're nice and cheap. We'll probably end up replacing these with something else later. At least then we just have more men. And we could have done with the extra 75 prestige. Damn it. Any famous Norse artifacts around? Probably. I wouldn't know how to check though. Don't know. Okay, so we're just going to wait until the Bondi arrive in sufficient numbers, and then we'll go from there. And the wife's pregnant. Good. And while we're replenishing, it costs extra prestige. But that's fine. The hardest part of ruling. By their very nature, ting meets can often be extremely boring. If tempers don't flare and nobody gets dramatic, then it's just a long list of low-ranking freemen discussing petty affairs and standing out in the rain. Yet, as the chieftain, I'm required to be here, growing older every second, watching the men of Gotland talk each other to death, wishing for a war to save me from this living hell. So we can try to stay awake, which has a high chance of failing. Could be doing more useful things, where we can daydream about strategy. Oh, this is pointless. I'm taking a nap. We lose prestige and lose some stress. Well, I'm not stressed, so I'm going to start dreaming about strategy, which will give me +3 martial for 5 years. I'm okay with that. Oh yes, and I should probably get a court physician. Is there anyone that's good? Oh yeah, I'm Iron Grimmer is a very good physician. 21 learning. The Berserker Physician Herbalist. Oh, I love it. Done. Well, if you ever need an amputation done, he's your man. Alright, so our full force is now done. So raise local raiders. Has come with the champions. I guess because we did it on the day the game started, they just hadn't been assigned yet. Because we do actually have raiders now. That was so weird. And there's a decent number of us. We can't raid you. We could go here, but all of these places are going to be just looted clean. Actually, they're not. That's only 15 ducats, whereas if we go over, like, here, that's still only 15. What about if we go over here? Yeah, see, England's been brutalized, but England has a lot more stuff going on. Let's go for Devon. Or Ireland. Ireland is also a really good place to raid. You know what? Let's go to Leinster over here. Who's the dude that looted me? Well, another Viking. I don't hold grudges. He saw an opportunity and he took it, which is fair enough. Okay, we have a new heir. My son. So what I'm going to do is, I think we'll go through the list of subscribers for this one. And our first one is going to be Requin. May you grow to be strong and wise, Requin. Oh, there's already somebody looting this. Well, how about we land... Actually, we land here and then we walk. Let's walk to there. Don't mind me, I'm not actually raiding. Yet. Ooh, and it's winter time now! Well, huzzah! Okay, 600 against 600 effectively. We do have slightly higher quality, probably because of the night differences. I have a 34 commander against their 14. Their footmen are countered mostly by my archers. We have 6 champions, they have 5. Their champions suck. Wow. This should be a slaughter. And also it's winter, which is giving me the extra advantage, I think. It was a slaughter. And the raiding is done. Onwards and upwards! Raid or trade? As my troops and I prepare to sack the lands of Thomond, our first scouts report back. It seems the local towns are rich, but many are heavily fortified, and we could well be caught by vengeful armies before we can break into the juiciest of targets. All is not lost. The art of good raiding is all about exploiting opportunity, and we could have perhaps arranged trade and tribute in exchange for staying our blades. So perhaps the local chieftain will be amenable. I gain stress because I'm wrathful. We could probably make more money trading. Pillage it anyway. What kind of lily-livered feudal coward makes money without raiding? Instead, raid for the rest of your life. We could trade, but we're going to raid. And we lose stress because we're wrathful. That's 1,000 people, okay? 1,000 might be a bit much. Would we be able to escape? Yes. No. I have a new perk, though. Pause. Because this is going to make my knight 75% more effective. Kind of important to have for this battle. Because we are now high quality. But they do outnumber us 2 to 1. And we can't run because we're raiding, of course. Okay, well, here we go. Combat advantage 34 to 9. Both of their units are countered. Oh no, that's really bad for them. I'm doing it. We're smashing them. Bye-bye. And that is why knights are amazing. Oh, he's trying again. Brave. Fire and blood! The settlement of Leonniac, an important stronghold in Greater Thomond, has fallen to my raiders. We have run of vast tracts of land and many of the quivering subjects and shining treasures to choose from. Bring me bounteous plunder! Definitely bounteous plunder. How much can I carry? Oh, I'm already maxed out. So we fight these guys and we leave. This is mostly just for practice. Alright, let's go and bank the loot. And then out of these battles, we're going to go into the detailed view. We're going to say, do this automatically, and we can see the exact breakdown. So in that first fight, which was the one we landed, our 6 champions killed 226 between them, whereas their champions only killed 15. That's where the difference lies. Like the levies, the regular troops don't do as much, but the champions, early on, they are just so strong. And then that massive battle, the one where we were outnumbered 2-1, the champions alone, 6 of them, killed 318. We lost 90, they lost 408. So this really kind of highlights how strong champions, if you build to good champions, are. And that's really true when you're raiding. Champions are insane. Yep, and that's why that chivalric path is just so good. Where are our boats? They're over there. I love the fact it's like, you guys are elite. There is nothing they can do about this. The champions fight the battle. Everyone else pretty much just carries the loot. And that is why we need to get more levies so we can carry more loot. And there we go, 43 and 43. So that is going to tide us over for a little bit. Decision available. We can hold a grand blot. Which I think I am going to do, because this will increase our relations with various people in the court. So yes, go ahead. And we'll spend the 50 ducats to do this. Fine by me. Now, during these raids, I am kind of hoping that we can find some stuff to put in our inventory and then perhaps use later. The other thing we can do is recruit our 3rd unit. Which I might just go for a unit of Huskarls. They're going to be really expensive. And they will basically mean that we're permanently in negative prestige. But they'll hit like a truck. The Grand Blot. A blot can be both grand and a small affair. By tradition, they also include both human and animal sacrifice. Several prisoners will be offered to the gods, perhaps even including a special choice of my own. Their lives given in tribute to the gods. Although the beliefs of the Orsa demand this, it is not actually a strict requirement, and the ceremony can proceed with purely animal sacrifices if we wish to avoid controversy. So, we can gain piety. A beast or a fowl for every man. We lose a bunch of money. Tradition matters. The gods will taste human blood. Or only the finest of sacrifices will do. We lose money. But we don't have the money for this. Plus we're greedy, so spending money is bad. I think that tradition matters. We're going to go all in. We're old school. Now, what's happening in terms of technology? Oh yeah, so the new Norse culture stuff. What does all of this stuff actually mean? So we're bellicose. So we have 50% more mercenary companies available. All Norse characters gain +2 prowess just for being Norse. Men-at-arm recruitment cost is 10% cheaper and the maintenance is 10% cheaper. And their levies produce 10% more. We're North German heritage, which means +20 cultural acceptance with anyone else that is North German. We speak Norse, which is +10 cultural acceptance with any other cultures that speak Norse. Only men can be commanders and champions. I thought women can be. Well, I guess that's what the Shield Maiden is. Norse aesthetics. So we have Norse naming, architecture, fashion, coat of arms, and military kit. We have the Ting Meat. We can enact Scandinavian elective succession law. Ah, that's where that comes from. Certain traits such as brave, gregarious, generous, or blade master give popular opinion. We're malleable invaders, creating a hybrid culture, costs 50% less cultural acceptance. Hybrid culture creation costs 75% cheaper prestige. Convert to local culture decision, 75% cheaper. All Norse characters, different faith opinion, minus 20% positively. And faith conversion cost, minus 20. We are coastal warriors. We can recruit Bondi, Vigman, Varangians, Huskarls. Traits such as strong and hail are seen as prestigious, and trait is more strong trait is more common. We have performative honour. Characters of this culture may become shield maidens, so their faith's gender doctrines are biased against them. Crimes by characters that you cannot imprison and who aren't your liege can be settled in single combat. Craven trait drains monthly prestige. Ouch. Traits such as weak or delicate are looked down upon, and you can have an additional knight. And then Northern stories. Rulers may raise runestones to commemorate certain major life events, earning prestige. Poet trait has additional bonuses. Poet trait is more common, and guardians of this culture are more effective. However, your scheme secrecy goes down by 15%. We like to shout about our exploits, including when we screwed someone over. Especially when we screwed somebody over. The Grand Blot. Though the gathering is small, the atmosphere of the Blot is enthusiastic, with happy Orsatruans jostling and jeering as a gaggle of terrified prisoners are marched towards the altar, animals trailing behind them. The first sacrifice thrashes ferociously as the Godar throttle his life away, the light in his eyes lasting till the first animal is slaughtered. Human corpses to the hanging tree, animals to the cooking fires. All gore is collected in a bowl, and the Godar use it to paint the walls of the temple inside and out. Truly a spectacle worthy of the gods. So Toasty likes us more, which is unfortunate because he sucks. All Orsatru like us more. We went to the Grand Sacrifice, and we gain 100 piety. We are quite pious. Now, are our armies ready? Nope, we're still collecting Huskarls, which is fine. We have plenty of prestige to wait for this. Right, the other thing we could be doing is building stuff, which costs money and prestige. Okay. And we definitely should be doing that, as and when available. But getting the army to full strength is the first step, so we can carry more loot. Hey, Marshal. $95. End of this month. 100. Alright, so we are going to raise the local raiders once more. This includes the 6 champions. Let's just take a look at them again. Boulder can be recruited. Boulder should be recruited. Gudmundr should be recruited. We're down to just 2 ducats. That should be alright, I think. I want to split off you and you. Disband that army. Then I want to raise them, which should be our 2 new champions. So we now have a 27, 26, 22, 19, 17. 17 prowess is our lowest. That's ridiculous. Alright, where to now? Has Kent recovered yet? It looks like... No, they have no money. The Varangian Guard! By the time my steward, Torolfa, comes to me with his plan, he seems to have already made up his mind. Yeah, absolutely, go for it with Tyr's blessing. And we now need a new steward. Ongrimer, our court physician and champion, would be good at that job. Well, better than anywhere else, so I think that seems fine to me. Done. With my mind set on a relaxing evening, I'm heading to my wife Glode's chambers with some mead and a chess set. Without knocking, I push the door open. Glode is seated by her desk, writing furiously. As I clear my throat, she jumps out of her skin. She quickly stuffs a roll of parchment into her pocket and turns towards me with an uneasy look upon her face. She is brave, generous, diligent. I don't think she is bad. Also, she has a intrigue of 6. So we're going to respect her privacy. This is fine. I see absolutely nothing bad that could come of this. Gesture of appreciation. A mischievous smile is playing upon Chieftess Glod's lips. I know I've acted strangely as of late, and for that I apologise, but I had good reason. Glod gestures for me to follow and leads me to the great hall. When she pushes the door open, someone starts playing a jolly tune. Oh my, the decorations, the smell, and everyone is here. It is a feast in your honour. Let's get you a cup of wine. Ooh, 150 prestige. Lovely. Jarl Bjorn of Jomtland has committed crimes against me, but he cannot be imprisoned, meaning I can challenge him to a duel by combat. Let's fight this for gold. That would sort out my financial problems. And I'm bloody good at fighting. Wait, how good's he? 7. I'm a 29. We will fight him! Trial by combat. Phrase. I arrive at the designated spot near Frazee in good time to find Jarl Bjorn is already waiting for me along with a small entourage of witnesses. Whatever else he may be, Bjorn is fit to fight and willing to risk meeting me man to man. The formalities are brief. We all know why we're here, and we're long past the point of talking. Weapons are handed out and our retinues retreat to observe from a safe distance. May the best man win. For a few brief moments, Jarl Bjorn and I pace in lazy half circles, each watching for an opening. I heft my sword, ready to defend myself, while he clutches his axe firmly to hand. This fight may only be to first blood, but that doesn't ease my nerves. With a sudden twitch, our bout begins. Bjorn stays stock still, seemingly hoping I'll just throw my sword. I'll throw down my sword. Maggot, think you can stand against me? Try to intimidate him as if he was one of your soldiers. No increase to the likelihood of success. Low chance to risk of failure. Medium increase to his risk of injury. Strike, parry, riposte. Expert onslaught. You throw out a flurry of rapid attacks and counters. High chance to increase chance of success. Medium chance to injure. Lose stress because I'm wrathful. Low chance to increase his chance of success. Risk of injury. Or I'll show you how I have to sword. Confident attack with skill and poise. Medium increase to likelihood of success, low increased chance of injury, low chance to increase his chance of success, low chance of injury. Well, we don't want to shout at him. He doesn't seem particularly vulnerable to that. I don't really see any reason to risk my injury. I already have a decent chance of success. The second stats are what happened already. Oh, you're right. So he has a low chance to success, medium chance of injury. What about mine?